Hello students, welcome back in your science class. So let's continue our chapter Physical and Chemical Changes. In this chapter today we will discuss about rusting of iron. What is rust? You have observed that when any iron objects left exposed in moist air that contains oxygen and water, a browny flaky layer is formed on the surface of iron particles. That is known as rust. It is also known as hydrated iron oxide. It makes the iron particles useless. Since iron is used in making trains, ships, buildings, cars, trucks, so there is very huge amount of monetary loss due to rusting. The rusting of iron can be represented by the following formula. Iron plus oxygen plus water equals to rust. Iron can be represented by Fe, oxygen O2, and water is represented by H2O. When these substance reacts, it forms rust, and the formula of rust is Fe2O3 dot XH2O. X is the number of molecules of water. So the conditions required for rusting is the presence of water or moisture and the presence of oxygen. So air and water both eat away the iron and forms rust, and we cannot get fresh iron particles after rusting. So this is a chemical and irreversible change. Let's see that oxygen and water both are required for rusting of iron through this activity. You can take 3 test tubes and mark them A, B and C. Add a small amount of calcium chloride in the first test tube and put a stopper on its mouth. Calcium chloride absorbs all water molecules. So in this test tube, air is present but no water. In B test tube, pour boiled water and put some vegetable oil on the surface of the water to prevent the contact of air with water, and put a stopper on the mouth of the test tube. So in this test tube, water is present but no air. In third test tube, means C test tube, put some tap water and keep it open. So there is air and water both are present. In each test tube, iron nail is kept. So you can see that in test tube A, air is present but no water. In test tube B, water is present but no air. And in test tube C, air and water both present. Now leave these test tube undisturbed for 3 to 4 days, and after 3 to 4 days we will observe that the iron nail of test tube A and B have not rusted, while iron nail of test tube C got rusted because air and water both are present in this test tube. So it shows that air and water both are required for rusting of iron. If the atmosphere is more humid, means the content of moisture in air is high, so the rusting process becomes faster. That is why in coastal areas, rusting of iron is faster than the desert areas. So how do we prevent iron articles from rusting? There are some methods to prevention of rusting. We can prevent iron articles coming in contact with air or water or both by coating the iron surface with grease or oil. Means by greasing or oiling we can prevent the iron surface from rusting. By painting we can prevent iron articles from rusting by painting. You have seen that windows, doors, all these are made up of iron. So these can be prevented by painting. By coating iron with a layer of other metal. Other metal which are resistant to air and moisture. So the process of coating a thin layer of other metals which are resistant to air and moisture like zinc and chromium on the surface of iron articles by passing electric current is called galvanization. So galvanization is the process of coating a thin layer of other metal, and other metals are zinc and chromium that are resistant to air and moisture, and this process is done by passing electric current. Another way by which we can prevent from rusting by mixing iron with corrosion resistant metal or some non-metals to form alloys. Alloys alloys is a mixture of two or more metals or non-metals. Like stainless steel is an alloy which is made up of iron, nickel and chromium. Stainless steel consists of some part of iron, nickel and chromium. In this way there are many types of alloy which is made up of iron and other metals like brass, bronze, all these are alloy. Next topic is crystallization. What is crystallization? So this is the process of obtaining crystals of pure substances from their saturated solution. Saturated solution is the solution in which no more solute particles can be dissolved. So what is solute? No more solute particles can be dissolved. So what is solute? Suppose you want to make a sugar solution. So you will take water and you will dissolve in sugar particles. And when you will stir sugar in water, it becomes a solution. Sweet, you will get sweet water or mixture of water and sugar. So water in which sugar is dissolved is known as solvent, and sugar particles which dissolve in water is known as solute, and the mixture of sugar and water is known as solution. So the solution in which no more solute particles can be dissolved is known as saturated solution. Now read this topic from your book. In next session we will study how can we prepare crystals of pure substance. Thank you. Have a nice day.